Yeah, hello guys. So this is the third video of our React development series, and basically in second video we have talked about prerequisites regarding this React development, and that was basically Node.js and code editor and everything. And I hope you guys have installed this Node.js dependency and you have selected a particular code editor for your development. Now, before moving forward and creating our very first React app, I just want to discuss a little bit about JSX and Babel concept, because it will be giving idea about that how can we write code inside React. So what happens, React does not use a proper JavaScript syntax. Means there has been some modification to this JavaScript, and they call it syntax extension to JavaScript. That is JSX is, means it is a syntax extension, or you can say next level JavaScript, next generation JavaScript. That is that in that form we are going to write code inside React, and that is that code is going to get converted to a proper or older version of JavaScript. And that conversion is done by this Babel compiler, and we will be talking about this Babel compiler later. But first talk about what JSX is. So basically, if you search for why we use JSX, so basically they will tell you like JSX helps us to define HTML element inside React. So that is the actual concept why we are using JSX, because it becomes very easy to write code in React if we use JSX. Suppose like there is a file JavaScript file, and you wanted to define some h1 or you can say header in your heading in your JS file, and you wanted to display it on the browser. So in that case, if you wanted to write a proper JavaScript code, so for you will have to write a lot of code. Means you have to write like create element and get element by id and all of that, and you have to create an id and everything. But again, what happens in while using JSX, you can directly like write like this way. Means you wanted to create a heading for your browser, you wanted to display a heading on your browser, you just created a constant variable and just defined a HTML tag inside it. Means you can directly define your HTML code, or you can directly write your HTML code inside React by using JSX concept. So that is why it is helping us out, and it is it saves a lot of time while writing down code and while creating a large web based applications. But again, how that code gets converted to actual proper JavaScript format, because this code is not supported by all the browsers out there. Means if you run this code in in browser from like 1990s or 20s, then in that case that this code cannot be run in that particular browser, because they do not support that syntax. So again, that is done by this Babel. So Babel takes care of everything. You just write the way you want. You just define an HTML inside a JavaScript file, and like Babel, what does Babel basically converts that code to proper JavaScript code, or that and that code can be supported by any browser out there. So again, if you go to this Babel homepage, so you can see here they call it like next generation JavaScript compiler. So basically, the next generation JavaScript is the format you are going to write here, like this JSX code. If you write here, so that code will be get converted to this proper what we call it browser compatible JavaScript, because that will be a proper version of JavaScript or pure JavaScript, and that code can be supported by any browser. Even the Internet Explorer from 1995 can support this code. So how that happens, means what process is going on at the back, and let's discuss about that. So again, suppose this is the code. So this is a JSX code, and why it is a JSX code, because like we have defined these HTML text directly. So we are we are not concerned about everything. We are just writing the way we want. We are just defining HTML text directly inside our file. So suppose this is a JavaScript file, and we imported these React element, and we wanted to render. We will be discussing about all these functions, but suppose we wanted to display a page on the browser, and we wanted to define a heading there. Means we wanted to create a division, and we wanted to define a heading over the browser, and we wanted to run this application. But what happens, if we wanted to write the same code in proper JavaScript format, so what will happen, you will have to write this way. means just for writing these two lines of code, you have to write in this way, like like create element division and give it a value, and again create element h1 then give it a value. In this way you have to write. So again, like you can see here, these are just two lines, and you have to write these 3-4 lines just for creating these HTML tags. But again, like if there is a multiple web pages are there, or you are creating a large web application, so in that case again you have to write a lot of unnecessary code just to create elements and access them. So that is why we use this JSX syntax. Means we can directly define our HTML code inside this, and all that things are being taken care by this Babel. So Babel, what is the does Babel basically converts this code to proper JavaScript code. So again, we do not need to worry about all the backend processes. We just write the code in this way, and it gets converted to proper JavaScript code, and this code will be supported by all the browsers out there. So that is the basically the concept all about this JSX and Babel. And again, since we are going to move forward and we are going to create React applications, so we are going to write a lot of JSX code inside our file. So again, we will be getting familiar with this syntax concept. But again, I would suggest you to once go through this official website of ReactJS and just get some idea about JSX, and just read these articles, and again just try to run out some code by yourself by writing in JSX, and try to get corresponding output like in proper JavaScript format. So just get as idea about, like a little bit idea about these concepts. Again, we are going to write a lot of code, so we will be ultimately going to get familiar with the concept of JSX and everything. So let's end this video here, and till then you can get a practice on this JSX, and read these articles from here. And in next video we will be creating our very first React application. So just join me in that video. Until then, goodbye and take care.